But I don't know. I've lost a lot of my memory recently. I went through a pretty drastic health condition, and they told me I'd be dead in 2 weeks. It's very shocking. And I was in the hospital. They wanted to cut open my chest and give me a new heart. And I said, no, I don't think that's the proper idea. And I was trapped in this hospital. I couldn't get out, and I was scared that I was going to wake up and they would have cut me open and given me a new heart. And my heart was talking to me more than it ever had in my life. It was screaming at me, actually. That's what knocked me down. And they did not cut me open and give me a new heart. I'm telling myself, what messages am I going to get if you give me a new heart? You can't take mine. It's talking to me. And I literally have been resurrected. Best Easter I've ever had. And it all started in the hospital in August of last year. And about a month in the hospital, constantly being told I was dying. And hospital is no place to go for healing. Okay. It's not. It's very depressing. And I was full of faith and love and light, and they kind of were knocking it out of me. I could see why people were dying in there, especially if they come in every morning and tell you you're dying.
Yeah.
My cells are not listening to that, and I talk with God every night. So I was very clear what was going on with me. My heart wanted me to love me more. It was very clear. I did not love myself enough. I cry very easily, so I call it emotional surfacing. It just keeps coming. I cry all the time now, and it's beautiful. Energy moves through us through tears. Tears carry out different things. Now science backs us up on that with different structures from different tears, from an onion, from crying, from the death of someone, the birth of a baby. They all have different structures, and you know it's moving energy out of the body. It's clear. And that's how the divine works. I felt this year that I was definitely resurrected at Easter. I mean, 9 months ago, they told me I was going to die in 2 weeks. I did not, as is apparent. I'm very happy about that. But I knew I had to change some things, you know.
You look so real for a day.
Not bad. And 3 months in assisted living, they wouldn't let me go home. So you can't ever live alone again. You'd be on medication the rest of your life. I kind of disagreed with that too. And so then they started telling me I'm in denial. Well, that's your next step. I'm not in denial. I just am getting different information than you. I'm speaking with the divine. I don't know who you're speaking with, but I'll be okay. And I had to do assisted living for 3 months. And that was nice. It assisted me to live. But same thing, people are in there waiting to die. They're not thinking they're getting out. So I've spoken at a few assisted living centers now because they asked me to. They go, would you come talk to us about what happened? You go, of course, because it's called assisted living. They assisted me to live, and I went back to my house. In the meantime, the people who were supposedly taking care of me really shows you friends and just people who are out for different things. My house had been cleared out, completely emptied out, was put up for sale. And thank God it didn't sell. Literally, thank God it didn't sell. And when I moved back, there was nothing in it except my music stuff in my bedroom. God kept telling me to rest and make music. It was clear as a bell. You know, messages, they come through so hidden in analogies. This was not clear as a bell. I'm supposed to rest and make music. It was the only things I had left. And people stepped up and helped me because some drastic things happened around the end with the GoFundMe that was supporting me because I couldn't work and I couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair with oxygen. It really looked like I was dying. I gotta agree with that. But I knew I wasn't, but I had to come to a resurrection of my own being, God and I had dreams about Jesus quite often. And this poem came to me from that. So I'd like to do some sound for y'all, and I'm going to kind of bring the sound in as the poem's going. And this is not in the book. The first book, Dancing with the Divine, is in the back. It does come with a CD, what I call ambient architecture, just some of my poetry set to various, there's cello, bowls, chimes, just different kinds of sounds. I'm not really interested in music. I like sound. The second book will be out late summer, maybe fall, called Dancing with the Shadows. Perfect time for that. because I had danced to a lot of my shadows and I died several times. I'm well aware of not breathing in the hospital and coming back to life. Little parts of me, it's like I didn't have a near-death experience. I had a death experience. It was not near-death. I was gone and then I popped back, and little parts of me had to die so that I could be resurrected. And now I don't have much memory of a lot of it, but what comes is just coded in beauty and grace and joy. I have nothing bad happened to me. People are, I'm so sorry what happened to you. But no, don't be. This is the most bizarre blessing I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of blessings. So Jesus and I were talking one night in a very nice dream, and this poem came to me. It's about resurrection, but it's about rest. So I call it restoration. You know, a poet, I can make up words whenever I want. So I'm going to start the poem and I'm going to play some music. I suggest if you'd like, close your eyes, open your heart, and free your mind. But you don't have to. You do your own thing. I have no rules. Only rules if there's no rules. I was often wandering ungrounded in and out of my adventurous mind. A field quite rich with many an illusion. I was not clearly tuned in to divine vibration. I was drifting between stations, full of static and confusion. Are my idiosyncratic colloquialisms deceiving my subjective interpretation of my perception? Is my awareness of this illusion also an illusion? Am I really responsible for tuning in, responsible for my own reception? Of course I am. And sometimes this freedom stirs anger and I go out of tune. Out of tune like Jesus chasing away the money changers with angst, but no violence. For when we tune up the temple and clear the debris, we become more divinely aligned receivers, hearing clearer the gifts in the deep, deep silence. And in there, in that deep, deep silence, away from the static of the angry money changers, we find we are able to tune in clearly with great clarity, and we start to recognize divine guidance coming from countless sacred strangers. Our ability to receive information, to receive this abundance of mysterious information, is directly related to how well we keep the temple in tune. For the divine is always, always transmitting. But sometimes we are out of range. We are not even in the room. We keep our antenna too distant, creating static in our reception. We allow the signal to diminish. It becomes too distant to receive. And it's not that the signal is weak, no. It is all powerful. It's just that sometimes we choose not to believe. Or how can the divine be present at all times, in all places? Where is the divine in moments of hate and all that it brings? Can the divine hide so efficiently and effectively that some choose to not even believe in such things? I was awakened by the Akashic teachers to the knowledge that if you remember a dream, it is not just a dream, it is a message. This sang immaculately to the lucid corpuscles within my being. Like a transitionally sacred deep in the tissues, cosmic massage. Well, I had a dream Saturday night. The Saturday between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. I'm thinking we can call it Sleepy Saturday. May we all sleep with such faith someday. For I dreamt of Jesus. And he told me about resting after 3 years of suffering. But the 30 years before were full of love, light, and long, long hugs. It was 30 years of preparing, 30 years of buffering. Now Jesus was peacefully at rest. No more judgment from the Pharisees, no more raising from the dead, except himself. And no more miracles for display, no more parting of the seas. Just peaceful rest and immaculate silence. Sacred sleep for 3 days of assimilation. He was showing us the importance of rest, how sleep itself is our divine salvation. Our Savior just wanted to awaken in us before he resurrected from the tomb that our earth, our faith, our substance is born in balance. And balance is born in the womb. For in the womb we are awakened to our song through a language we are constantly learning. This song stays with us through our lives, through nature's whispers and seasons turning. We are gifted this blessing at birth that we may resurrect and sleep every night. Our brother Jesus showed us this quite clearly by rising up through faith into the light. A faith for him with nothing left to learn, for all his promises had been delivered. The glorious gospels had been fulfilled, and heaven itself calmly clear. Then Jesus and I closed our eyes together and engaged in such a timeless embrace that there was no before, there was no after, only now, as we lace our space with grace. And as we rested, Jesus and I shared our thoughts. A sacred symbiosis all about reaping and sowing. He said, by not being open to the power of the mystery, we nullify the mystery and the power of not knowing. For we all shall hang upon a cross. We're just not shown what our cross will be. But we have been shown that death can be conquered. Conquered by the Christ in you. And conquered by the Christ in me. Jesus was cool. Very, very cool. Often smiling and giggling, full of unfathomable love. He could skillfully lace laughter with wisdom beyond wisdom, a wisdom deeper than deep. He spoke to me and said, I am resurrected by rest in my temple. And I am resurrected as rest within yours. And then he said, while closing his eyes, hear me well, my friend, my lucid astral brother. May we please now get some sleep. Take those thoughts into those. We release or transmute all that no longer serves us. We relinquish any attachment to anyone or anything that opposes to the past. We relinquish any judgment of anyone or anything that keeps us grasping at the future. The future is now. There is only now. Be here now. You're more divine than you could ever. More beautiful. They awaken within us. We don't have to wait for them to join us. They're always with us. Each and every cell. There's a God's living. Yes, now. Awaken within us. And we assimilate and integrate the message coming to. It could be for us, it could be for others. It's not one another. Wishing time to what's out in the Every string song I wrote today. Joined by the whales. Whales are keepers of the Akashic records. Dolphins are the messengers. really solved in the longest. Energies in the longest service into energies. We rid ourselves of dissonance. Every string cell and body to resonance. Pure resonance. We are in tune with the divine. So, so we allow it. Tanchangama tunai yatanti yatanaki piyana. In the silence, you may still be hearing music. That is your own song, the song of yourselves. We are made of music. And we just tuned up the tempo. It's raining. It's raining. You must be done. It's raining. Thank you all so much.
Oh,
I love you.